One of the largest power line rescue operations of its kind, seen in Queensland, was the outcome of a wild storm near Toogoolawah in February 1990. The storm brought down 5 steel towers on the Commission's 275 kV Tarong Mount England line and damaged local farms and Sequeb's distribution network. Winds gusting in excess of 160 kilometres per hour are believed responsible for the collapse of the towers. 2 storm fronts are thought to have met in the vicinity of the line, which is the major feeder out of Tarong Power Station. The first tower down report came from an ESC-based Sequeb patrol soon after the winds dropped. A QEC Toowoomba team already in the area reported extensive damage after a foot patrol, and at first light the next day the damage was assessed in a helicopter inspection. Fallen conductors were caught up in trees in a number of locations. The collapse of further towers was prevented at one end by the presence of a tension tower. At the other end, all conductors remained intact at the final collapsed tower, and this stabilised tensions, preventing further suspension tower failures. The 2 uplift legs on the second of the 5 fallen towers were found to have pulled right out of the ground.
Not a very pretty sight. That leg's actually broken below that splice there, isn't it?
At most of the tower sites, the all-aluminium alloy conductor appeared to have broken on impact with the ground. Following the on-site inspection, the various available options were considered at a council of war, and it was decided to construct a temporary wood pole bypass line to enable feeder 801 to be restored to service as quickly as possible. QEC and Sequeb teams joined forces to do this work. It was clear that heavy equipment would need access right along the 3-kilometre length of fallen line, and earth-moving contractors began access improvement work early on the Sunday morning. Survey work was also carried out on the Sunday, and line design was completed overnight, allowing materials to be ordered the following day. Significant problems were encountered with rock, and many of the holes for both poles and backstays required the use of explosives. Labour and equipment resources which had been assembled began work boring holes for the 20 and 21.5 metre poles. Sequeb boring machines from ESC and Banyo were co-opted for this work. A caravan was set up as an operations centre, and with phone and facsimile installed, plus a local 2-way radio system, communications became easier. QEC line staff from Richlands, Northgate, Gympie and Toowoomba worked together with staff from Sequeb's overhead mains group at Rocklea and ESC Depot. Meanwhile, work continued on unravelling twisted conductors at the last of the fallen suspension towers.
How many have they got? I think they got 2. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 2 up there.
Supervisors met each night to review progress and plan the next day's work. The site office kept a whiteboard to record progress and provide staff with details of their day's tasks. Sequeb's tension stringing gear was used for running out the new conductor. Although not designed for conductor of the size used on this 275 kV line, the stringing equipment worked well, allowing conductor to be kept well clear of the ground when strung under partial tension. Lightweight synthetic insulators were used on the bypass line. The wood pole bypass was completed and energised less than 10 days after the tower failure. Making safe the collapsed towers, construction of the bypass line, construction of a replacement section of steel tower line by contract, and out of merit generation costs have been in the order of $3 million. The fallen towers and conductors were removed by a scrap metal merchant. The line was restored to its normal operating condition on the 18th of June, some 4 months after the 9th of February event. An infrared inspection of the bypass line revealed that there were no hot spots at the joints and that the line was all OK for energisation.